Approach for returning home. Lifting the Evacuation Order. Following the Great East Japan earthquake and the subsequent accident at the TEPCO's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, the townspeople of Futaba were forced to evacuate. Currently, Futaba is moving forward with decontamination in the city and improving the living environment and infrastructure, with the aim of returning home starting in the spring of 2022. Step 1. Improvement of working environment. We are developing the Nakano District Reconstruction Industrial Base in the coastal area, the aim of which is to create new industry and employment for townspeople so that they will be able to get jobs after returning home. An area that was once brimming with rice paddy fields is being transformed into a new industrial estate, which will be the starting point for people visiting Futaba in the future. At the same time, we are carrying out activities aimed at attracting enterprises. Currently, 9 companies have decided to move to Futaba. We are also in discussions with 15 additional companies that are considering moving in. Step 2. Improvement of transportation. Currently, we are developing the Joban-Futaba interchange in the Futaba-Terasawa district with the aim of commencing service in spring 2020. We are also working on the establishment of the Reconstruction Symbol Access Road, which connects the Nakano District Reconstruction Industrial Base in the seaside area to the interchange. Once completed, the road will provide good access to the beach from the highway. In addition to this, the reconstruction of station buildings and rail tracks in preparation for the opening of the JR Joban line in spring 2020 has begun. Prior to the earthquake, there was only one entrance at the station's east exit. But following construction of the Futaba Overtrack station, we will also be able to enter from the west side. Step 3. Preparation for accepting visitors. The Evacuation Order Cancellation Preparation Zone and evacuation instructions covering part of the area surrounding JR Futaba Station will be lifted in the spring of 2020, meaning people will be free to visit. At the same time, there are plans to ease the regulations on entry to the specified reconstruction and revitalization-based area. As a base to connect visitors with the town, in summer 2020, we will see the opening of both the Futaba Industry and Exchange Center, which will have restaurants and a convenience store, and the Great East Japan Earthquake Nuclear Disaster History Museum, which will contain a record of earthquakes, accidents, and lessons from both within and outside Japan. Fukushima Prefecture is building the Recovery Memorial Park in remembrance of victims from the earthquake. The park will demonstrate the community's strong commitment to reconstruction. In spring 2020, some local government functions will resume around the station. At this point, while townspeople will not yet be able to live in the town, people such as workers, visitors, and those who are returning home temporarily will be able to carry out activities within the town. Step 4. Improvement of living environment. With the aim of returning home starting in the spring of 2022, we will be providing public housing, council estates, and services for everyday life on the west side of Futaba Station. The aim is to ensure that there are places for people to begin a new life, and so that everyone can live safely with a peace of mind. We will also be revitalizing the downtown area of our hometown on the east side of Futaba Station, in cooperation with private companies. Aside from this, we will make various preparations to improve the living environment around Futaba town. Step 5. Starting to return home. Around the spring of 2022, evacuation orders will be lifted for the entire specified reconstruction and revitalization-based area. Accordingly, people wishing to return home and new residents will be able to move in. Local governments other than Futaba have already lifted their evacuation orders, and people have moved back into the areas in stages. Futaba Town is the only local government that still has an evacuation order in some areas of restricted access. We are going to do everything that we can, setting out along the path to reconstruction for the sake of welcoming many people in the future.